Dr. Robert Yennah. I hope I have pronounced the name correctly. He's the National Chairman of the Duong Youth and Development Association. And he's joined us here on the set, and he's going to help us to get into this conversation. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
It's really fantastic to have you here with us.
It's my pleasure.
Let me just situate this conversation a little bit more clearer for our viewers to understand. Now, bone setting is a specialized area of healthcare.
That's right.
Now, there are many situations that will have road traffic accidents, people falling down from trees, from buildings, scaffolding, all kinds of things can happen. You break your bones. Yeah. There are only a few people in this country who have the ability to do what these people do. Prof, give us the history of this bone setting center and how you got involved, how it all began.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank your viewers, greet them, and also to say hello to my people in the village of Duong, in the Nadoli district of the Upper West region. I believe by now they are all watching this program. As you have said, the practice of traditional bone setting is such an old traditional practice in my village, Duong. And we cannot even remember when it started. But it's a traditional practice that has some mystical aspects of it, because the household that practices it does it solely over time. Yes, and they have inherited it from their ancestors. Yes, so it's a traditional practice that has been there, and as we grew up, we saw this practice going on, and before 2011, if you went to the village, you would see that they were continuing to practice that traditional healing, as you said, of fractures, sprains, and so on. But then in conditions that were not the best. Well, I remember I have some pictures showing the dilapidated structures in which they were practicing this. So, but since this has been a very recognized traditional healing provided by the people from Duong, certain people gave that practice recognition and decided to provide support, particularly the then MP of the Nadoli Kaleo district, Honorable Alban Bagwin, who
currently Speaker.
Exactly, current Right Honorable Speaker of the Ghana Parliament. He was able to provide some structures to accommodate the patients who came from far and near for treatment. This was a very significant contribution to the development of the traditional practice. Then later, still before 2011, DANIDA, the Danish International Development Agency, also recognized this practice and also came in to provide further infrastructure to accommodate the patients there. You know, but they only provided the accommodation. There was no other facilities. There weren't any other facilities like beddings, crutches, wheelchairs, and so on. You know, individuals had to provide that. So what happened was that when I came back from my studies in 1992, I had some friends from Holland who came along with me to visit my hometown. And we saw that the situation could be better. And indeed, one of the patients we met called Gabriel Kweku Jang, who hails from the Brong-Ahafo region, the then Brong-Ahafo region, appealed for assistance. And this is a gentleman who, as you said earlier, was involved in a motor accident, went to hospital, and his condition was such that the doctors even wrote him off.
I see.
You know, they thought he would die. So some relatives heard of Duong, and they decided to send him there, where he was taken care of. Over time, he was fit,
Wow.
And he has since stayed in the village.
Wow.
Fully treated, healthy.
Wait, what did you just say? You said that he came from the former Brong-Ahafo region.
Exactly.
He got his healing.
Yes.
In Duong.
In Duong.
And decided to stay in the village.
To stay there. And not only did he stay there, he got married to a lady from the village.
Wow. Okay.
And right now, if you go there, he's still living
there
within the premises of the bone setters in the village. You know, and one time when I went home, I don't know how he managed to train himself to repair mobile phones for the villagers, you know, as a way of earning some income.
Yeah.
So he's one of those patients who made a fervent appeal to us, because then I was representing Equal Opportunity Fund for youth education. We're involved in youth education at the time, you know. So he appealed to us to provide better facilities for the patients.
Yeah.
Meaning not only the building, in fact, a better facility with all everything that is required to make it modern.
Okay. Okay, Prof, before you continue, let's take a look at a short video of the gentleman that Prof is referring to.
That's right.
I've been in this bone setting clinic, Duong bone setting clinic for quite a number of years here. I'm the oldest patient here. In fact, I came here with a very terrible condition, an accident case which affected my spinal cord, and it was very useless when I came here. And doctors predicted that I cannot make it. I can't go beyond 3 months. But after I located here and came, gradually, now I am very fit. I am not able to walk to my satisfaction yet, but I am very strong that I can do almost everything that a man can also do. And we lack a lot of things here, and we are calling on NGOs and benevolent organizations to come to the aid of the bone setting clinic, because what they are doing cannot be compared to any hospital in terms of bone in this country. They reject patients from different parts of the country. Currently, we have patients from Kumasi, Asante region, Greater Accra, wherever, all over Ghana, in this facility. So we are begging and urging all well-meaning Ghanaians to come and assist, complete a project.
All right, so he's making reference to, at the end there, a project that you're currently working on, and that needs assistance to sort of bring it to fruition. That's what you were talking about.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes. So he said it all. There was a need to upgrade the infrastructure that was there, provided by the then Honorable Alban Bagbin and Danida. And so we bought into the idea of actually building a more modern facility.
Okay.
Yes. And the concept is that
so have you started?
Yeah, we started. In fact, indeed, we started in 2011.
Okay.
Yes, and we had to acquire.
Oh, so that's what we're looking at, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So that was, you know, since 2011, we're receiving funding, and the work went on more or less slowly. Okay. And then last year, we got more funding to actually complete part of it, because it's quite a big structure. Yeah. You know, 5 blocks. With a kitchen and laundry section and so on. So the concept was that we should have the traditional bone setting associated with orthodox medical practice. Okay. So that is what we are aiming at. Okay. So that is why it's actually a big facility. Yeah. You know. Okay. And
so you're hoping that eventually, apart from the traditional bone setting healers, you will also get maybe orthopedic surgeons and others on the same premises, in the same facility.
Exactly. So we need to have a doctor, nurses, and so on. Because as you would imagine, some of the people who came with fractures, traditionally they were treated without any anesthesia. You know, which can be very painful. You know, so if the two collaborate, then when people come with whatever sprains, fractures, and so on, at least they can have some anesthesia and the treatment can be done, and then the patient will suffer less, will have less pain. Yes, so that is the idea, and this started with the Duong Youth and Development Association, which is at the forefront of the project, and we appealed to our friends in the Netherlands, Equal Opportunity Fund in the Netherlands, as well as a Dutch NGO called Wilde Ganzen. That is wild geese. That is the English translation. So they told us that we have to make sure that we put certain conditions in place, including properly acquiring land in the village, because they didn't want any litigation after they support a project that would have problems. So we were able to have a deed of gift from the owners of that area where the project is, and that was in 2013. And so the structure is made up of an administration block with a physiotherapy section, then 3 wards, and then another block with 3 consulting rooms and an X-ray section, because when they come with fractures,
you need to look at
exactly to see what and that is where the collaboration again comes in between orthodox practice and the traditional practice. They can do an X-ray and so on.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
Prof,
so
yes,
that is it.
If you can just good. So at this point, I think that we can call on the Ministry of Health, the government to step in. I mean, the President already has said that he's looking to build more health facilities across the country anyway.
Absolutely.
You know, so then in Duong community, I think this is one of those places that should be adopted. You know, and then immediately kitted and fitted, you know, to be a fully functional space.
Absolutely. That is what we are looking forward to. And so, as I said, the building is made up of 5 blocks, and that is a lot of money to complete. So later our sponsors advised that we should complete part of it and make it operational, pending further support to actually complete all the 5 blocks. So at the moment we've completed 1 block at the administrative block and another block which will make it operational, and that is where we really need government support. And indeed, to really make it operational, we called on the Wa Diocesan Health Service to provide support, because the section that we want to make operational with all the equipment that we have acquired from the support given by our sponsors, we need to get staff to
as well,
doctor,
to
nurses, and so on. So the Diocesan Health Service is partnering with us to actually provide the staff. Yes, without which the thing will not be operational. And we are very grateful to the Bishop of Wa for buying into the concept. We have drafted a memorandum of understanding which they are looking at, and we hope that before the end of this month they will be able to let us sign it, so that the project, the clinic, can start operating somewhere in February.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
So we will need a physician assistant, a midwife, an administrator, and an accountant to start the project running. So we need to have government support to complete the rest of the blocks, and also in the short to medium term to have nurses' quarters or doctors' quarters, as well as other facilities that will make the staff comfortable and operate.
Thank you so much. So, Prof, you yourself, you're lecturing at UDS?
No. I have been lecturing since 1992 at the University of Ghana, teaching French. Yes, I retired in 2018, did a 2-year contract, at the end of which I decided to bow out. Yes, so I'm now...
well, thank you for what you're doing.
Yes, but before I go, I would like to thank Wild Geese in the Netherlands, which is the main funding agency, and our good old friend, Mrs. Annie Artsmanders, who is the chair of the EOF, Equal Opportunity Fund in the Netherlands, and also of the private initiative that is there.
Okay.
And also our major sponsor, one lady, Pia Learson, who unfortunately passed on last year.
Okay.
May her soul rest in peace. Yeah. She has provided a lot of support through the organization. I'll also thank the elders of Duong and those who gave the land, as well as the manager, Mr. Hector Awana, the contractor, and others.
Thank you very much, Prof.
Yes.
Okay. So we've been speaking with Prof. Robert Yennah, who is the national chairman of Duong Youth and Development Association, and he's brought all this very important facility to light, and we call on the government and the Ministry of Health to take a look at this and see what we can do to fully make the place functional. We'll be right back.
It's a pleasure. We'd like to thank Citi FM.